Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samelin. I'm the principal of Samelin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Antonio Ocasio. He's the managing attorney and founder of Aragon Partners. They're located in New York City. And then Antonio brings over 20 years of experience as legal counsel and strategic advisor to multinational businesses, private equity funds, and family investment offices. Welcome, Antonio.
Thank you very much for having me, Andrew.
So, Antonio, tell us how you came to the law.
Well, the law kind of came to me. I grew up in a family of lawyers where our dinner table conversation was more kind of corporate law, mergers and acquisitions, and it all sort of soaked in. So by the time I was in college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew that I was going to law school. I ended up very fortunately liking the profession of law tremendously, and really fortunate in that I love what I do and I love the ability to help people.
And in our chat prior to the call, we had discussed, what it is that what you do every day, and maybe how the profession seems to be changing from, the dinner party or the dinner conversation. What is changing now, and how does your practice evolve with that in the law?
It's a very good question. And what we were talking about was the practice of law and how it's evolving. And while my practice has traditionally focused on family offices and private equity type organizations and their investments in tax planning, I'm doing more and more for small to medium sized law firms. And this, I love it. And the reason for this is that we're really seeing a change in the landscape in which the legal and regulatory authorities are providing much more opportunity for law firms to operate as other businesses, i.e., be sold, sell themselves, finance against themselves, sell at a multiple. And it's really important to have an exit strategy or a succession plan, just the way you would in any other business. This used to be very much almost prohibited by the very nature of the way the profession was set up, but that's not the case anymore. And I've had the opportunity to help lawyers and work with them in the sale of their practice, as well as succession planning issues.
Can you give us a couple of examples? Like, certainly in the past, law firms needed to be owned by lawyers. Is that still the case, or can there be a hedge fund that owns a group of law firms? What are the pluses and minuses to that? What do you see?
Very good question. The answer, you are correct. Today, law firms, depending on the state in which they are located, can be owned by non-lawyers as long as the non-lawyers do not practice law. Not that they would want to, and to me, it's kind of it's a little bit like, why would you even have that rule? Look at the medical profession. You have medical management companies. The people who run them are not necessarily doctors, but they help to make the medical practices more efficient. And the same thing we have here in law. What do I think of it? I think it's great because I think that, first of all, you have, as you mentioned, hedge funds, private equity is putting money into law. So are large accounting firms. You have states such as Arizona which do permit ownership by non-lawyers. Most states will allow a passive equity ownership through a trust, so that if this is kind of a little known fact, so that if an attorney were to die, the wife could sell the practice via a trust. So there are opportunities in the other states as well. But what has really opened up is if you're willing to expand your practice outside of the state, that if you happen to be in one of the more restricted states, or even if you are in one of them, there are a lot more opportunities.
And what about MDPs, multidisciplinary practices? How does that fall into your field of view?
When you say multidisciplinary practice, are you referring to a law firm with different areas of practice, or if you could just
Sure.
go, yeah, a little bit.
Could it be that there are different areas in that practice, not practice types where you have, a large firm that might have a matrimonial section, it might be a bankruptcy section. Could it be that a multidisciplinary practice could have, multiple business lines within it? Or perhaps
Yes.
not.
Yes, this is something that we have seen outside of the United States, in Europe, Latin America, particularly with accountants and lawyers, just the interplay with legal planning and tax planning. I think that, to a certain extent, we may see that where the synergies exist, and the two or three disciplines enhance one another. An example would be recently Cleary Gottlieb purchased the UK-based artificial intelligence software development firm that they and multiple other firms use, and actually bought it and brought them in-house. This is something where there was clearly a need for that type of hands-on change management within the firm. So you have these two companies in parallel. Same with the accounting. KPMG bought a law firm recently. And there again, what I think that we're going to see is that the tax group in particular will work closely with the corporate group, just the way accountants and attorneys have worked together for years. So I don't think that much is really going to change. I think there's just going to be more synergy. And of course, if you have a multidisciplinary group, there's more cross-referral potential. So that would be my answer.
So everyone, this is the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast. Today, my guest, Antonio Ocasio, he's the managing attorney and founder of Aragon Partners in New York City. Antonio, for those guests that want to get in contact with you, can you share some of your phone number, email, website?
Oh, absolutely. My website is Aragon Partners, plural, LLP.com. And my direct number is 479-366-8799. And I have to look up my switchboard number.
Absolutely. Again, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast. If you're an attorney that or no one that does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Number again, 914-666-6600. Am I getting that right, Tiana? 914-666-6600. Antonio, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Andrew.